Hello, my friends artists, and I just want to talk today about the beautiful genre for the painting and graphic is a portrait, because the Mother's Day is pretty close, and in these days we appreciate what the moms, grandmas, and our friends' moms or any ladies who has kids done for society, and I think so that would be very appropriate to make a portrait of your mom. Even you can see that person right now in front of you, but you still have memories about that person who did so much in your life. And I think that we will work today with the colors, but as we'll start with the graphics. And first of all, we make the right sketch for your portrait. Before we will do that, I want to show you for the inspiration few portraits, which just give you some ideas how usually portrait look. Usually when we say portrait, we mean most of the time the portrait of the person and the size, just a face and maybe neck. Sometimes portrait contain the whole figure. We're gonna talk today about only portrait of the face because I want to talk to you about details of our faces and how appropriate to put them on your paper and make them in order so that it's gonna be recognizable, and you will try your best in order to deliver the details of the face. And different artists did the different kind of type of portraits. Some of them did pretty kind of abstract, I think, more, as this portrait is it's the portrait of mom, and you barely can see the features of the face, but you can still recognize the face of the person, and it's also her kids next to her. So I can show you another portrait right here, and this is very appreciative portrait too. You can see that's two kids next to mom, and even bird sit on her shoulder, and she has flowers. It's very sweet and nice portrait, and the colors are very bright, and they surround her with the interesting contrast so that her face looks really calm, and she's so happy to be surrounded by her kids and have a good day, I believe. So even cat on the back looks very happy. And this portrait of the lady, it's maybe grandma. I think that by the age you can tell that this lady, it's in her maybe late 40s or 50s, so she might be grandma, or maybe she's somebody's mom. So and this is very interesting portrait too, because you can see how this lady think about something and look somewhere and kind of lost in her thoughts. So that's a nice very cool portrait too. So I want to show you another one right here, and this is the portrait of a famous artist. His last name Modigliani, and I love his portraits a lot because he has a very unusual style. She normally doesn't really show eyes of the person on a portrait, but this is one of the unique portraits where you can actually see the eyes of the person. And this is portrait of the mom. You can tell because she has a kid in her hands on her lap. So this is like kind of the portraits of moms I want to show you, and I want to show you also few portraits, the photographies, which is contain the different type of features and colors of the skin. On this portrait you can see this is the collection of all different kind of races and the different type of features in this picture and different type of skin. I also have few on this side, which is you can see by the way how this portraits appear to you. That's the skin on the this people on the portraits are totally different. Even color of the eyes is different. And the reason why I show you this, because I want you to realize when you make a portrait of your mom that to put as more details as you can see. You even can ask your mom to sit for you and pose. That's called pose, when somebody's sitting in front of you and you are creating the portrait of this person. Sometimes it's really hard to sit for a long time and don't move. So you can do the little sessions for maybe 15 minutes, or and let your mom to walk around and breathe a little bit and move a little bit so that she can do the better job. And when she come back, you just check on your portrait and see details in the way how you make a portrait of her, like in a profile, in the face, or 3/30 of the face, and then you try to adjust your sit, or just put her a little bit closer or farther. Or if she sit on a chair, it will be easier, so she just can come back to the same chair and sit in the front of you. If you didn't move your space in her chair, so then you guys will be on the same distance, and it will be easy to start over where you drop. I want to show you also the one of the portraits of one of my students, and he actually did the portrait of me. So because his mom came pose in that time, and I was sitting in the front of him because I was teaching him, so he decided to do my portrait. I don't know what you think, if it look like me or maybe not really look like me, but he tried his best. Of course, that was the first try for him to do the portrait. So what we're gonna do today, and it's made with the pastel. So I think that pastel is a little bit harder for portrait than painting, because in pastel it's harder to do the little details. So I think that more appropriate to use a painting. And again, it's kind of a little bit easier to change the details on your portrait if something will go wrong. So I think that this is enough for inspiration, like I always say. So we can start, and I have my paper today, which is I gonna put this way, so vertically. So because we're gonna work today on this particular way of the paper layout, because that's easier for us to find composition wise the proportion for the face. So first of all, you start with the way where your head of the portrait person of the portrait you're painting will be on your paper. So and I recommend you to use this side, the top side, and it's kind of like would be just 3/4 of the paper. So if we divided the paper on two sides like that, one side and another side, so this is gonna take a little bit more than half. So, and then we will start with the oval, because most of our faces they appear in an oval size. They might be a little bit wider or slimmer or more narrow, and it's all the features which is different people have. That's why we don't look like each other, because we have different features, and because our genetics is different, and all around the world people have the different color of the skin. So this will be all individual. So that's where we start. You look at the person you are painting, and what's the person on the front of you that's posing for you, and try to come with the same type of oval for the face. So it might be, as I said, a little bit wider, more round, more narrow. So it's I can't tell you exactly how it's gonna look for your mom, for instance. So that's why my recommendation, just look carefully. If your mom can't pose, you can find a picture of your mom and put it on your cell phone, or put it on a computer screen, and then from that image you can paint. So that will be easier for you to check on features of the face which is a person has. So I will just use the abstract of face, which is will be just purpose of training the person which is I come up with will be just somebody. It's not gonna be me. It's not gonna be my mom, because my mom not in the front of me. So I will just do the some common person, which is, can be anybody. So when I will start, first of all, I want you to see what's the beginning look like. So I'm gonna put my camera closer to my paper and my easel, so that you can see how I start my work. So first of all, as I said, I kind of find the place for my oval of the face, and it's gonna be if it's gonna help you, you can also divide your picture vertically too, on two sides. So don't put middle of this side horizontal, because that's not gonna help, but the vertical division line will help you a lot with your portrait, because most of the time our faces has the symmetrical features, and we spoke before about symmetry. So on our face the symmetry present, but sometimes we have a little bit of the symmetry features, and so it's okay, it happens, because if you look carefully on our faces, sometimes some lining will be a little bit off, but that doesn't really matter right now, because we're just talking about technical part of the face, and it's important to show a little bit of appropriate symmetry on your face, that it's not going to be off, so that one eye will be a little bit down and another one will be almost on the upper head, so that's not going to be right. So for this purpose we will put some lining on our picture, so kind of prepare and condition ourselves for these features on the portrait. So first of all, that's going to be the borders of the oval of the face. And to make the oval of the face, we basically need the vertical line, as we've done already. So we need the borders of the face, and then we need to find the kind of the lining between them. So basically we're just gonna try to make the oval and consider the medium between the one side and another side. It has to be the same size. So I recommend you to use the pencil as the measure, so that basically for your oval you just put the in the middle, you can put the mark on one side and the same size mark on the other side. So you're going to use your pencil a lot as a measure tool for your portrait. So then if I do that in the same sizing, I can measure now. So yeah, so that's gonna be the same. Sometimes it doesn't look like it's exactly the same, but it's okay. That's because our eyes are not really adjusted for the particular sizing. So sometimes it seems a little bit off, but because we measure, we know for sure that that's exactly what it is. So, and that helps us to create the oval of the face. So, and that's basically what I'm doing now. So I'm connecting like a puzzle. I'm connecting my dots. So this is the dot here on the top, on the bottom, and on the side. So this is my oval for the face, and this oval will be our face for today, where we will work and create and kind of construct the face. So then after, when we've done with the oval, that's gonna look like that. And as I said, it might be a little bit wider, a little bit more round, but it doesn't matter because that's up to you and up to your person who in the front of you and up to the mom of face which is you have in the front of you. So basically then when we've got the oval, we're gonna start planning on features on this face. I will show you what we did here. So basically that's our oval, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna divide this face on three parts. So the first part is gonna be upper head, and then the part where the eyebrows and the nose located and our eyes, and then it's gonna be this third part where the rest of the nose located in lips and our chin. So that's basically our three um, part of the face, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to divide our face on three parts. So, and they're pretty much same size. I just gonna give a little bit more room in the middle because I think that our face a little bit has more room here compared with upper head, because sometimes upper head it's a little bit smaller. I have kind of bigger one, I think, than not like everybody has this size, but basically this is the size of my medium size of the face, and that's gonna be the chin to the nose, another size. So that's my three pieces of the face, which is I mark on my paper, and this is gonna look like that. So oval of the face, and three parts, three pieces of the face where we're gonna work on the features. And then on our top lining, that's gonna be the eyebrows. They will be right on the line. And then how to put your eyes on a picture, because it's eyes, it's the something which is you can always see on the face, and it's most talking a subject on the face, because the eyes sometimes when people say that the eyes it's a mirror of your soul, and I guess that's how when you see the person, first of all you look at the person's eyes. So our portrait of course will have eyes of the person you are actually painting, but the technique to find them on the face where they are located, I will show you right now how to place them properly. So basically the eyebrows will be right over here, and then that's how you basically start construct your nose first, and the nose will be where's the eyebrows is finished right here, so the eyebrows is finished basically at the same spot where your nose finished, so they kind of be lined up on the same line, and that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna make the straight lines down to the third part of the face, and that's where we finish. And next where we will find, like I said, our eyes, and our eyes will be a little bit kind of I think that we can use the it's pretty much depends on the person you see in front of you, but that's gonna be the inch for considering the size of our face. So inch from the line of the eyebrows, so right here that will be the line of the eyes. And so now when we make that line for the eyes, what we're gonna do, we're gonna mark where's our eyes start, because if you see the basically the eyes in the middle are right here, they kind of between the line of the eyebrow and the end of the nose, so they kind of on the same lining right here. So I will start my eyes over here on the same line, which is connect the front of the eyebrow and the side of the nose. So this is my eyes will start here, and then I think that we can continue constructing our face with the form of the eyes the person has. And it's some of the eyes are has a different form, but most of them they kind of look like a little boat. So if you kind of think about the boat from the view above, that's what we're gonna have in our eyes spot. And the end of the eye, it actually will be, if you line create another line and drop this down, this is going to be the end of your lips. So basically right over here where's the end of the nose, and you have a little bit of room here between your nose and the top lip. So this is gonna be right over here. That's like a half inch or a little bit more than inch. That's the distance between the end of the nose and beginning of the lips. So basically right here, that's gonna be the start of the lips, and the lip will go from here to the middle of the eyes. So right over here we're gonna make your middle of the eye, and from the middle of the eye we draw another line. So when you create the eye, one eye, the iris in the middle, which is the color part of the eye, will be in the middle here, and the pupil will be the little tiny dark part in the middle of your eye, will be in the middle. And so from the pupil to drop the line down, and then this is going to be the end of your mouth. If you do not believe me, you can see right over here. I'll show you. So that's my pupil right there. It's the end of the mouth. So basically in the most of the faces, this is gonna be the similar arrangement for your features on the face. So let me talk this out again, so because that's very important. So the end of the eye, where's your lid right here, I started, and where's the crying corner where you, this is the part of the eye in the middle. So that's we connect this to the nose and right here. So and the pupil part connect to the end of the mouth. So basically this is how the creation of our face will be done. So and then you just go ahead and kind of see what kind of lips the person in the front of you has. Might be lips might be kind of narrow, or they can be more puffier. So that depends on the person who is in front of you. So and then you kind of look carefully, and then you go with the size of the lips, the top lip and the bottom lip. The bottom lip usually easier. The top lip has the little wavy part on the top, and that's kind of the hardest part to make. And then the corner of your mouth, that's the dot, which is you guys will drop this lining from the pupil to the dot, the end of the mouth. So basically, that's the features of your face. One more time, the eyebrows is right here, and again, the features of your eyebrows can be different because I have them look a little bit like a roof of the house. Some people have them just very straight. It's all about the personal characteristics, which is create the unforgettable image of the person, and that will be the unique features of the every person in the world. And when you look at the person you painting portrait of, so that's be careful and see that, because all these little details will construct the features of the person, and it's hard. Of course, it's not easy, but if you look carefully and try to match the size and the colors of the irises and the size of the lips and the structure of the eyebrows and the size of the face, that's all this like a puzzle will create the face of the person what you make a portrait of. So since I'm just doing the portrait of somebody, so I don't have anybody in the front of me, so that's why I just do the technical part of it instead of just looking at the person who is in the front of me. So I will just kind of fix my face right here and get this ready for painting. And also important part for the portrait, of course, the chin. And the chin can be kind of different type too. So some people have kind of a pointy chin. Some people have them very like nice and smooth. It depends again. So I will do a little bit pointy. So this kind of will create the nice oval here with the cheeks and the cheekbones usually right over here, right under your eyebrows, and where the eyebrows are finished on the side, on the rear side of your face, so that's where the cheekbones usually are located. So this is the cheekbones. You can check that on your face or on the face of the person you painting. So this is gonna be the cheekbones, and basically from here the face kind of going that direction. So this is the front of the face, that's the side of the face. So here it's the side of the face. So basically from here that's gonna be the shadows on the face usually, or the lights on the face, depends on how the light comes from which side on your portrait. And here on upper head the same. So this side will be the shadow side. Same thing here. The upper head will kind of has the leaning toward to the hairline, and your hairline will start over here. And it's again depends on the person who is in the front of you. Are you gonna create the hair the color and the way how they look? It depends on the person who is in the front of you. So I'll just gonna make the hairs kind of my size, I guess, so it will be kind of easier, I guess. So that's gonna be the same hairstyle, and I will have the hairs kind of goes in the middle on two sides. So for hairs, if you can see here, they actually have a little bit more room above the face than when you plan on your portrait. That's why I create the oval of the face a little bit farther from the upper end of the paper, because I want to leave the room for face and for hair. So, and it's not gonna kind of be right by the end, so you leave a little bit of air on the picture, a little bit of room for the background. So basically this is my line of the hairs, and they will be just this size. Not gonna go with the longer size, so that's gonna be enough. And it's up to you what kind of hairstyle you're gonna make, because that depends, totally depends on for features of the person and the person in the front of you, what kind of hairstyle that person have. So another part of your portrait, of course, it's neck after the chin. So we have to locate your neck, and the neck again, it's very personal. Depends on the person in the front of you. It might be long neck, it might be a little bit shorter, it might be wider, or it might be more narrow. It depends. And I will just do kind of medium size, and not very wide, just kind of narrow, I guess. And my neck, it's typically neck kind of start from the end of the eyebrows, or at the end of the eyelid right here. So basically it's kind of in the between, so it depends again on the person. So this is my neck, and over here I'm just gonna go with some simple dress, I guess, which this person have. So I will do upper shoulders portrait. So this, I still have some room here for the shoulders, so that's my shoulders line, and that's my neck. So the nice to show the shoulders line, so that's gonna help you to kind of to realize what the proportion of the head you will have. So, and so the person will have some simple dress on it. So, and this is my neck, and the chin here. So I'm kind of clear my lines. And of course the most important part, which is I forgot to show you, it's a ear. Where's the ear located? You can check by finding the line, the fine line for the ear. The top part will be located by the beginning of the eye, on the top of the eye, and the bottom part will be in the middle of your mouth line, between the lips line. So basically this is the uh, place for the ears. Again, ears can be different, and they can be located a little bit differently on the face, but pretty much most of the time they have this location from the eye line and to the lip line, or a little bit shorter. So I'll just do that kind of like in the between of the nose and lip line right here. So that's the ears. And because the face looks straight, basically we don't see the whole ear part, we just see the kind of like top part and a little bit the bottom, maybe with the earrings. So I will put the fun earrings on my portrait, so it's kind of showing that's the lady, and maybe some necklace too, because you know, why not? It's a mom portrait, mom can wear some necklace, and that's gonna be my necklace on this person. So basically the rest of it, it's can be painted, so I'm not gonna put too many details on my drawing. As soon as I am satisfied with the character and find the right lining for it. So I also want to stop on the lids, the eyelids right here, so which is gonna help us to kind of make the right size of the eyes. Usually the lid cover a little bit of your iris part, so it kind of goes a little bit on the top of the iris part, and that's gonna help us to create the right eye. Don't actually go too far with the eyelashes, because if you're just gonna make a fun beautiful eyelashes, so it is gonna be a little bit more kind of cartoon approach, but you can do it too. But normally just don't put them too far from the eyelid, so otherwise it's gonna be a little bit more unrealistic. But it's up to you. If you really want to go with cartoon character, that's fine. That's the part where the tears coming from, so we kind of like put a little bit of attention to that part. And eyelid on the bottom, it's just a tiny little spot. And the most part now for us to kind of clear the iris part on your portrait and make it with kind of more round shape. And the purple will be a little bit closer to the top lid, so then it's gonna create the right proportion for your eye. So this is my eyes, and now we can play with eyebrows, so just to create some shape of them too. So I will go with like a little bit almost looks like a rainbow size, I guess, this kind. And just show a little bit of hairs on them, not too much, but just a little bit. And then we're gonna kind of start creating the nose part. So the nose part will be by the line between your eyes. This is where the nose start kind of going from your face on a distance. And that's we can show that when we making the portrait of the person who is sitting with the front look. So then we just need to kind of have this line for us where we start the top of the nose right here. And then like I said, the ending of the nose will be on the same level as the eyelid right here in that side, not that side of course, not red one, but in the middle. And that's gonna help you to create the nose. And the nose has the different angles. So this is front, this is side, and this is the bottom. So to create this appropriately, so we need to remember that, so that our nose will actually have all these parts. And so the nostrils will be right over here, so we're gonna show them over here, and that's gonna be our nose. And just like that, we will almost finish our preparation for the painting. So basically, the lips, that's the last part to clear on your picture. And just like that, we will finish with the preparation for the portrait. So this is the features of the face you have to have in order to create the portrait of somebody's: eyebrows, eyelashes, lids, irises and pupils, nose and lips. That's our features for the face. And of course ears. And it's, as I said, they're all symmetrical. They might be a little bit off, but it's very personal. So most of the time we have the symmetrical features, and that's help us to do when we have the line in the middle, and that helps us to create the face. And also the lines, which is help us to put the eyebrows in the right spot, the middle of the eyes where the lid started, the bottom of the lid, and the nose. The end of the nose is the beginning of the eye on the side where the tear comes from, and the end of the eyes and the right here. It's you almost the features right here, the schools, and we have the mouth ending right where the pupils are. And this is our face divided on three parts, as I said. And the bottom part has chin and lips and the end of the nose. And the top part, it's upper head and the line of the brows, and everything else it's in the middle. And in the middle part usually a little bit bigger, because some of the people have a little bit smaller upper head and the smaller bottom part of the face than the medium part of the face. The most features are located. So in hairs, of course, it's up to the person who is in front of you. You have to create the hairstyle which this person has. So I just have this kind of hairstyles which is kind of resembles with mine, so that's easy to create. And don't forget about neck size. Neck size, it's individual too. And shoulders, same thing. So I'll just have shoulders just because it kind of will help me to create the portrait and give me some proportions for the face. So this is it for the drawing.